Good morning, this is Alamon, and welcome back for episode 2 of Taiwan Typhoon. So we have this little tiny nation here, Austronesia, starting out on Taiwan. We have our ambition to control the Malacca trade node, to cover everything from Madagascar, across through all of these islands, Oceania, and all the way to Easter Island, somewhere over here. And I think it might be fun to push into South America as well. We'll see. This game is all about essentially gobbling up a whole bunch of the world before the Europeans are able to do it, and making an absolute killing off of trade as a non-Western power. And of course the trade nodes are set up in a way that is very advantageous to Europe. So there is a bit of a challenge to it, trying to set up really powerful trade empires when you don't have a European capital. It's kind of funny how these little lakes are terra incognita. That has to be a bug. There's no way that that would be intended behavior for all of this land to be uncovered, but just the lakes to be incognita. Like I mentioned in the last episode, the one slightly plausible opening move we could have... Oh, by the way, we can make another park. The one slightly plausible opening move would be to attack Ryukyu. You know, absolute all-out assault, 5 units with a general, and vassalize them. But we would get very little benefit from doing that, and we would take a 2 stability hit for a no-CB war. So I don't see any profit in doing that quite yet. And besides which, that would be ahistorical in the sense that, you know, Ryukyuan is not an Austronesian language. Not that we're going to limit ourselves just to those areas that speak Austronesian languages, but it would just be a kind of weird opening move, not really in the spirit of what we're trying to do here. Alright, here comes our ship. Protect trade in Canton. Actually, we have new... yeah, these exploration missions. I'm really excited about that. Total of at least 3 light and heavy ships. Does that mean a total of at least 6 ships total? I don't know. Also, I don't like how these are just getting named. The class of ship and then a number. Maybe that's just an issue with custom nations, though. There's the one ship that is named Sakam, and then everything else, yeah, it just is named with numbers. What we're waiting for right now is... well, actually, we have to get to level 4, don't we? Yeah. Yeah, we have to get to level 4 admin tech, and then we'll start taking, I believe it's exploration. That's the Diplo one, right? Yes, exploration ideas will be our first idea group. We already have national focus in admin tech. Alright, our diplomats have come back. I guess, why not? We'll improve relations with Ryukyu. I don't know. That might be useful someday. Improve with the Khmer. I don't know that I would want to actually ally anyone. I mean, we're so weak anyway. Oh, this again. Well, we're just going to keep losing the Diplo power. I'm actually more comfortable with that now, because I was thinking that we were starting at level 3 admin tech, not level 2. So now that I know that we have a good number more years until we're able to take our first ideas, I mean, this could be 0 right now, and we would still be fine. We'd be able to get it up to 400 before we're eligible to take our first idea group. I am tempted to disband these forces. But I feel like the kind of marginal utility of doing that is so very, very, very small. We'd be talking about just maybe a couple ducats worth of savings, and we would lose the flexibility of having this small but still extant army. Hopefully we don't get any rebel spawning events. So what do we have down here? So they are Muslim Chinese tech. You are Hindu. Interesting. I didn't know that there were any Hindu religion groups down here. These guys over here, the Ternate, I guess, are also animist. So they quite like us. So Ryukyu would take an alliance. That's kind of funny, actually. But yeah, these animist provinces are definitely ripe for the picking, I would say. Well, they're ripe, but we're just not yet able to pick them. Alright, pretty soon we should be ready for this first technology. Alright, so end of next year. Doesn't get us that much. Oh, do we know what resource we have? Ah, here we go. Oh, Chinaware. Great, 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 great. Now, I did start a game and just played for, a couple months, just kind of getting a feel for this starting configuration. In that game, it spawned as T, and I'm okay with T, but Chinaware is worth a lot more, so that's actually a considerable buff. Boy, I really like that, what would we call that? Not exactly flag, that emblem, I guess. Actually, just everything about the aesthetics here, I quite like. Prestige, for sure. So that'll come back. And again, sorry for the slow pace at this stage of the game. But that's just how it is going to have to be. I thought about setting it so that we would start with a colonist. What's that called? National tradition. But traditions cost twice as much as ideas. Actually, I'm not entirely sure how the costs work, because ideas that you take later cost less than ideas that you take sooner. So maybe it is that traditions cost twice as much as idea group number 1. I'm not 100% sure on this. But anyway, the problem is that having a colonist as an idea or a tradition or an ambition is incredibly expensive. I mean, this whole build is basically built around just having that one colonist as an idea. As it is. So I'm thinking we sit on this, because we can save a bunch more power, and we will try to get a neighbor bonus, because Korea should be able to get that quite soon. I kind of like to improve relations with Japan. I don't really know who to focus on yet, though, because they're still kind of in their anachronistically early Sengoku Jidai. I guess we can work on Brunei, though. Alliance offer from UQ. So let's see. They don't like it if you decline alliances. They don't care, though, if you decline royal marriages. And alliance, you don't take a stability hit for canceling. So let's just take the alliance. We can always dishonor the alliance if someone strong attacks them. Royal marriage. We really have no reason to take this. Improve. It's interesting how much is hidden from us here. I'm not sure how they generate what you're able to see, but it looks like an almost perfect circle. So I'll bet that it is based on some exact level of distance, saying that any province or block within that that radius is revealed. There are a couple random things up here that we can see. I'm not sure if we could see them in 1444 or not. And I already mentioned what clearly is a bug of the lakes here being terra incognita. Oh, I'm actually a little torn. I guess we go with the base tax. Stability's nice, but it won't do that much help. This stage of the game, one base tax gained is probably as good as one stability, and that's something that'll last for the whole rest of the game. Well, we do have our neighbor bonus now. And is it Korea that took... Yeah, Korea has it. I think that the Jurchen tribes start with those at level 3s. I think. I guess we improve relations with the Ming, and I may as well take that for the production efficiency. So 1461 looks like that is when the game will more officially start. Recall diplomat, improve relation. So So what are people's relations toward me? Yeah, neutral, 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 neutral. Ryukyu might be friendly if I can click on it. Alright, I'm pausing now. Here we go. Yeah, they are friendly. Or what? Wait a second, it says defensive, but it's the green heart. Maybe something changed in this patch. I thought I looked at the patch notes fairly closely, and I don't recall seeing anything like this. Well, that's quite a bit of unrest, but actually it's totally fine. They will not revolt. Because I knew that we had really, quite far in the negatives unrest before, and this ticks down. So, yeah, there's no way that that's gonna cause problems. Now, it could be nice to get an advisor, but it would eat up all of our money. Yeah, 1.1 versus 1.05, so we'd actually be losing money every month having just a single level 1 advisor. But we will colonize these pretty quickly. Now, one thing I did in taking this province, first of all, this is the richest province, so that's one reason that I took this as our starting base. But also, this is tropical, whereas the other ones are... Oh no, that one's tropical too, that's right. Okay. Whoop. Yep. And that's going to be a little tough to swing. We are going to need an army of... You know, this is going to be incredibly expensive, now that I think about it. We're going to need an army of 5, which is our force limit. And we need to pay them at full maintenance, and have colonial stuff going at full maintenance. That's going to be really rough. Here we... I don't know why this isn't working. Here we go. Improve relation. Okay, so what was the magic date again? June of 1461. So that is a ways off. Let's just call it 5 years. Which, again, when you're doing absolutely nothing, and you're on speed 5, and it's this early in the game, so the clock actually moves pretty quickly, it's not that bad. Actually, yes, for this episode, no matter how long it takes, I am going to get us to the point that we are about to take that tech level. And then we will grab our first, whatever, 1 or 2 ideas. I really don't know what to do with my diplomats. I guess I can start the cycle again. I guess it's Ming that I most want to keep friendly toward me. So that not the same religious group thing is going to be really tough to overcome if we ever want to get an alliance with the Ming. That might not be realistic. I just love this emblem. Actually, it just occurred to me to wonder, are we, or, you know what, whatever, let's just take the royal marriage. Is this auto-saving? No, it's not. Okay, good. So we're only auto-saving once each year. We don't have to worry about cloud saves or anything. This is just a local, normal, tax income boost. I mean, how much are we really making on tax? Not much. So it's mostly trade. Production, that's actually surprisingly low. Yeah, that's not worth it. And we actually are not at full legitimacy right now, so this does give us a little bit of a benefit. Unfortunately, our air is not very good. Oh, actually, that makes me think... wait, what did I do? Okay. We should make our air... Oh! Huh. I didn't realize that the air was a woman. We're getting there. Huh, you can see stuff poking out of the map here. I don't think that I've noticed that before. That must be Hawaii, I think. I was playing a little bit of Empire Total War recently. I'm not sure how seriously I'm going to commit to that, but... you know, they have these trade theaters that are purely oceanic, and they just have a couple spots where you can stick a trade ship and it'll generate income. But, you know, in the past... Well, there's Spice Islands, like Indonesia area, and I never really paid it much heed back when I used to play the game. But I've encountered this area of the world so much recently in EU4 that I was able to identify exactly, you know, where that theater is centered, and I could see that, you know, this part of this landmass and one of the trade center things was in the sea right there. So, very geography. I suppose at some point we will need to reform the government. I haven't actually thought about what ideas we're going to take. I think there was something in administrative that I thought looked great. I think it was the local autonomy reduction. Let's take a look at that. No, or was it economic? Oh, yes, economic. So maybe we'll take that one. I don't particularly like this idea group that much. But I do like the autonomy reduction. Pretty low stability here. Or, not stability, pretty low, whatever that's called. Prestige. Just 1 year away. I upgraded my processor considerably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. This is about how fast EU4 used to run on my old processor. So I guess like doubling the number of provinces in the game was not particularly kind on game performance, I guess. So close, and then we'll be out of these doldrums. Actually, well, yeah, no, at this point, I need to dial up army maintenance. I need to start recruiting. I actually probably should have started this. 57 days, that seems longer than I would have expected. Oh, and we cannot make our heir a general, that's right. Well, let's just see... Oh, that's terrible. So we are going to have to recruit a general. For that, we'll have to wait until this next one has finished recruiting so that we'll fulfill that mission and get a tiny bit of army tradition. Probably not enough to help. Pretty awful, but better than nothing. Alright, I think at this point we can safely... Well, let's wait for the tick. Alright, we'll stop this episode here, and in the next one we start colonizing and the game really begins. So good night, sleep tight, and don't let the grayskin bite. Bye-bye.